Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking a deep, urgent dive into a reality that is completely turning the global cybersecurity landscape upside down. We are pulling back the curtain on exactly how AI systems are actively being hacked right now. We'll look at the real, frankly existential threats to businesses and figure out what data security actually has to look like in the age of generative AI. You'll want to take notes because while this technology is moving incredibly fast, the threats, well, they're moving even faster. Okay, let's dive into this. 30. That is exactly how many minutes it takes for an advanced hacker to completely break into the most complex, most powerful AI models on the planet. I mean, think about that. Not days, not months, just 30 minutes to crack wide open these massive, multi-billion-dollar architectures built by the biggest tech giants in the world. You can barely get a pizza delivered in 30 minutes, let alone secure a trillion-dollar tech investment. And that brings us to a really critical concept called jailbreaking. Basically, this is when you completely bypass the safety guardrails of an AI model to make it do things it absolutely shouldn't be doing. Right now, there's this mysterious, faceless hacker who goes by Pliny the Prompter online, and he is doing exactly this to the massive language models built by Microsoft, OpenAI, Google, the whole shebang. Pliny is a white hat hacker, so he's one of the good guys operating in the shadows. He's essentially doing this incredibly complex stress testing entirely for free, just to expose the severe safety shortcomings of these massive tech companies, because as he argues, they're putting the rush for profit way ahead of safety.
But here's the crucial point. This vulnerability is absolutely not just some theoretical exercise for hackers to play around with. It is a terrifying reality right now. Just recently, a group of Russian cybercriminals called Killen used incredibly sophisticated AI tools to completely cripple networks within the UK's National Health Service. The fallout? Tens of thousands of patients had their names, their dates of birth, and their highly private medical information weaponized and dumped on the dark web. And when the ransom wasn't paid, these hackers encrypted vital information, making the IT systems at two major hospitals totally useless. It's a very soft, very ripe target, and it perfectly highlights the incredibly high stakes for literally any organization adopting AI.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly why we're in such unprecedented danger right now. The fundamental difference is this. Traditional software is written line by line with code, right? So if a hacker finds a vulnerability, your programmers look at the code, write a patch, deploy it, and boom, problem solved. But AI systems, they are not built like that. They're more like these massive, organically grown piles of numbers. It's almost like trying to untangle a giant digital bowl of spaghetti. We know they can do amazing things, but we actually do not fully understand their internal mechanisms. And because they aren't written line by line, they are highly, highly unpatchable. Tech giants are pouring fortunes into trying to tweak these systems. But against a dedicated hacker, right now, it's wildly ineffective. Which leads directly to a really stark warning from Connor Lehigh, a former hacker and the current CEO of the AI safety company Conjecture. He calls our current situation a complete disaster and flat out says that none of our methods are adequate whatsoever. Think about it. Highly secure systems, like the formally verified software that runs a nuclear power plant or military hardware, those take over a decade and hundreds of millions of dollars to develop, using tools we have perfected over 50 years. Modern AI, though, it's only existed for a few years. Our understanding of how these models actually work under the hood is wildly inadequate, which basically makes our current AI defenses a giant house of cards.
So this brings us to a massive reality check, especially for the business leaders tuning in. Look, there is an intense FOMO out there, a massive fear of missing out when it comes to generative AI. Every executive feels this immense pressure to adopt the tech just to stay ahead of the curve. But regulatory bodies like the UK's AI Safety Institute have made it explicitly clear every single major AI model out there can be jailbroken. Let that sink in for a second. Every single one. Treating this beta stage technology like it's fully secure, production-ready software is incredibly dangerous if you're a CEO or general counsel trying to protect your company's risk profile.
Because if you blindly trust these systems and just rush the implementation, the business consequences are going to be severe. You are potentially surrendering your intellectual property, risking your hard-earned brand reputation, and jeopardizing private customer data. I mean, these assets are the absolute lifeblood of your organization. You're taking your most sensitive, critical information and feeding it into an unpatchable system, just crossing your fingers and hoping it'll protect it. As we've seen, most organizations don't even know the full extent of the risks they're taking yet.
Now, what's really fascinating is the current totally upside-down dynamic in AI cybersecurity. Normally, you have corporate red teams attacking systems to find flaws and blue teams defending them. Standard stuff.
But in the AI world, the massive, super well-funded corporate red teams at the tech giants are actually struggling to fully secure these models. Instead, it's the independent white hats, the external testers, just operating from their keyboards at home, who are easily penetrating the defenses and exposing the alarming truth about just how immature AI safety really is. The normal rules of software defense, they simply aren't working here.
So, how on earth do businesses actually protect themselves? Well, Daryl Flack, the CEO of the cybersecurity company Blockfish, urgently advises executives to mitigate these massive risks by absolutely not jumping straight in with live, sensitive data. Instead, he suggests a simple framework. Number 1, take a pilot approach. Test the waters in a completely controlled environment. Number 2, use synthesized data to run your tests. And number 3, use anonymized data. You have to make sure you're getting the expected outcomes and that you truly understand the architecture before you expose your real, vital corporate assets to an unknown risk.
And while businesses are struggling with how to implement this safely, legislation is desperately trying to catch up to the threat. Take California, for example. They're pushing an AI bill aimed at banning the development of models with hazardous capabilities. Sounds great, right? But here's the catch that lawmakers are currently grappling with. Hackers and safety researchers argue that virtually every single major AI model currently on the market would fit that hazardous criteria. Why? Simply because their underlying guardrails can be bypassed so efficiently.
And this underlying vulnerability bleeds into a much broader, frankly scary societal threat. Consider this chilling prediction from Jack Dorsey, the former CEO of Twitter. He warns that in the next 5 to 10 years, thanks to incredibly sophisticated deepfakes and AI-generated media, you will literally not know what is real and what is fake. Everything is going to look manufactured. It'll feel like we're living in a simulation. His advice to the public: you need to shift your mindset. Don't trust, verify. Rely on your own experience and your own intuition to decipher reality from digital fabrication.
Now, what's really interesting here is the fatal flaw in Dorsey's approach. Relying solely on human intuition against sophisticated AI, it just doesn't work. First off, intuition doesn't scale. You can't personally go out and experience everything happening across the globe to verify it yourself. Second, it completely contradicts the entire foundation of modern news, history, and law, which absolutely require peer-reviewed evidence and a whole system of contributors, not just a gut feeling. And finally, placing the burden on the consumer to spot a hyper-realistic deepfake, that basically means that tech companies have fundamentally failed to secure their own platforms.
As these systems become completely indistinguishable from reality, we really have to look at the raw physical advantages AI has over human biology. We're rapidly moving closer to discussions about the singularity, the point where machines actually surpass human intelligence. But even if we just build an AI that merely matches human intelligence, there is still a massive hardware advantage. Computer CPUs switch about 1,000,000 times faster than human neurons. If an AI runs just 1,000 times faster than a human, it can accomplish 2 years of human thinking, 2 years of cognitive labor in a single day. They've already mastered memory and calculation, and complex reasoning is scaling up right behind it. Which brings us to the ultimate question. Can you protect a business or an entire society if you fundamentally cannot differentiate what's fake from what's real? A huge part of what makes civilization possible is our ability to simply agree on what is true. If we lose that, especially when information is being generated by unpatchable entities operating at lightning speed, we face a serious existential risk. We are staring down an AI versus AI arms race, where defenders and attackers are constantly just trying to outcompute one another. So are our businesses and are we as a society truly ready for this? It's a reality we must prepare for right now. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. I hope it gave you the structured insights you need to tackle the incredible AI challenges ahead.